Okay guys, I'm just doing an update today. I haven't really been around it too much, kind of trying to not spend too much time next to it in case I am getting radiation from it, which I already feel kind of like puking right now.
It has been a minute since 4chan leaked to this degree. This guy has found a large metallic object in the middle of the desert, and unlike most of the 4chan leaks that we've covered, this guy has come with receipts. He's got multiple videos, pictures, with some extremely interesting markings on this object. And he's also done interviews, answering a lot of the questions that most of us are probably thinking. And honestly, it's pretty rare that even the guys on 4chan are buying into this story. And let's not forget, weird monoliths popping up all over the world in like remote desert areas is not new. It's actually happened a lot over the last decade, and it always just seems to appear in the news and fizzle out into nothing. Like, isn't it wild how stories like this guy with physical proof and evidence of something that just at a bare minimum is strange, and these things just get no attention, swept under the rug, yet disclosure continues to bring us weird, ambiguous, pixelated videos that just seem to keep us going around and around in circles. It almost seems like it's intentional. So I'm going to show you guys the clips that he's recorded and the analysis and the testing that he's done on this object. We're going to look at the interview clips, and of course, we're going to read through the 4chan thread, and you guys can be the judge. My name is Josh. Welcome to Polarity. If you're new here, please consider subscribing. We dig into the phenomenon almost every day in a live show or a video. And if you're not new here, welcome back. Get cozy because 4chan is leaking again.
Eventually, people are going to say, what the hell is going on?
No matter how far you go into the dark, when you flip, you go exactly the same place to the light in our galaxy. Everything. Because everything is in balance. Everything is a polarity.
I think it's just going to get weirder and weirder and weirder, and finally it's going to be so weird that people are going to have to talk about how weird it is.
So like I said, this is all kind of breaking in real time. This is the latest update. It was only posted 2 hours ago. So we'll watch this, and then I'll take you back to the start, the footage of where he found this object, and I'll walk you through what's happened in like a chronological order.
Okay guys, I'm just doing an update today. I haven't really been around it too much, but today because I've been busy, but kind of trying to not spend too much time next to it in case I am getting radiation from it, which I already feel kind of like puking right now. Because I'm standing here, it's like just a feeling of despairish, pukey, whatever. Wow, this is the first time I walked in here and I feel terrible right now. Okay, I'm getting out of here. Hold on. Okay, that was weird. It's already, I already feel it going away, but the second I got in there, it was starting to feel weird. But okay, what I was gonna say is, I was gonna make a video of me with my face and stuff and saying who I am, but I decided not to because some people are telling me, they're warning me. I'm just gonna take it slow for now. I'm going to secure it before I go to work. I may or may not take it with me. So, just so that nobody knows exactly where it is. I am prepared to be put in harm's way for this, because this is... I want to uncover the truth. And nobody knows anything. There's all this speculation, but I want to figure out what's really out there, and I'm going to do it for you guys. And I don't care if they try to kill me. I'm going to try to go as far as I can with this as possible before I get taken out. And if need be, I might have to give it away before they come get me or something like that, but I'm prepared for it. So I'll just try to keep you guys updated, and I should probably get a Geiger counter or something, but that thing is messing with my emotions. But for now, Guys, you stay safe. I'll try to stay safe, and I will be back.
Some pretty interesting stuff in there already, saying that this thing is like messing with his emotions, making him feel like he wants to puke. Being around this thing is like a weird energy. And, you know, I'm sure there's already people that are claiming that this guy's hosting it. He's just doing it for attention. He just wants to be famous. I mean, maybe, but I really don't get that vibe from this. I mean, this is his YouTube channel here. You can see the first time he posted about it was 4 days ago. These videos do not have many views. His account is not very active. I would say his 227 subscribers. I mean, it's all from just the last couple of days and him posting about this thing. He doesn't come across as, he comes across as quite genuine to me, honestly. And I think you'll see that as we listen to the interview and as we watch more of his videos. So now this is the original video posted 1 day ago of him finding the object after it crashed. Apparently this thing was flying first, and we'll hear more about that in the interview. He saw this thing flying and it crashed into the dirt, and this is him going to retrieve it.
Here we are. Right here. You can hear it humming if I go close enough. Kind of makes me feel weird. But yeah, I think it's under here. Fuck me. Well, I just burned my hand. Holy shit. Well, I'm gonna get killed.
He makes like repeated remarks about the safety of his life. Like he seems concerned. Now he says in the interview, which I'm going to show you guys in a minute, that he tried to record this thing flying and that he was watching it fly and he was recording it. But when he watches the recording back, it's only visible on like a few frames. I guess this is one of them, and that's why it's just a screenshot. What I want to do though is go back to where he approaches it. Because I'm trying to think, like, if this rod crashed into the ground.
But yeah, I think it's under here.
I mean, not that I'm trying to pick his story apart, but I mean, because I don't know how it crashed, what angle it came in at, what kind of velocity it came in at. But my initial reaction looking at this piece of dirt, this area of dirt, is like, it doesn't look like something has crashed here. I don't know. You know, I mean, I'm just thinking like, if, well, you know, maybe it has.
If I go close enough.
I don't know. I'm just trying to play devil's advocate here. I after reviewing all of this, I don't think it's a hoax, but I'm just always trying to, you know, look at it from different perspectives, like I always do. So after this thing cooled down, he managed to retrieve it he didn't touch it with his bare hands. And this is him basically back at his car talking about it.
So I have it in this box here outside of my car, just to be safe. When I get close to it, I almost feel like throwing up. It's kind of weird, but it seems like the thing is, it seems like it's alive and it's dying. It's vibrating in patterns and it's vibrating weaker and weaker each time, so if I die, know that I did not commit suicide. I would never do that. I'm gonna try to bring this thing home and uncover the truth, no matter what it is. I don't care.
It's so interesting to hear him say that it's vibrating and it feels like it's alive. I mean, we literally hear this in all of these modern UAP encounters, that it feels like the craft is alive. It's roiling like the surface of the sun. The skin of the craft is like a living entity. Like, all of these things are the same themes that we hear. And the way that he speaks about it vibrating, and this is exactly what we heard in the Betz sphere story, which I think is from like the 1970s, that this Betz sphere would randomly kind of vibrate, especially when they would play music or like play an acoustic guitar around it. Like the sound frequencies would trigger and interact with the Betz sphere. And obviously the Betz sphere, the Booger sphere, this rod, it looks like a very similar material. Like they're very like stainless steel, chrome looking thing with engravings on it. So before we get into the interview, I just wanted to show you guys a clear close-up photo of it, and there are more, and we'll get into them after the interview with some analysis of it. But it's really interesting, right? We hear that a lot of these objects that are crashing have these weird hieroglyphics on it. There are evidence of this apparently being on the craft at Roswell, Rendlesham Forest, Kecksburg. It's just so weird how this ancient language seems to appear in all of these anomalies. But I think what is most weird is the fact that what we can clearly see out of all of these is what we know as the Star of David, which is the symbol on the flag of Israel. I mean, it is kind of weird, isn't it? How right now, Israel just seems to be at the center of everything. But, you know, it probably is just a coincidence. Don't shoot me. I'm sure it's definitely not connected to Jeffrey Epstein and his keen interest in high-level physicists and scientists, and the fact that the Epstein list will just never get released, and the fact that disclosure seems to keep falling on its ass in Congress. It's almost like something to do with this symbol kind of controls everything, but I mean, that's probably just a wild conspiracy theory, right? So let's get into the interview now. We're going to kind of cut it up and just show you the best bits just to keep it compact, but it's on this channel called Old Man Builds, and the reason why I'm just kind of highlighting this channel is because, you know, this isn't some giant UFO podcast. In fact, this channel seems to be more focused on like free energy and the works of Nikola Tesla. And, you know, it's a pretty small channel. It's pretty niche in terms of like, you know, it's not like high production or anything like that. They seem to be very just interested in gravity and free energy technology and all these kind of things. I think you get a pretty clear idea of what's going on here. So we'll take a look at the interview here, and then we will get into the original Reddit thread read-through and all the questions that the OP got asked when he was presenting this metallic rod.
So you say, before I play this, you say you found this in the desert?
Yes, I did.
Okay, this is pretty interesting.
So that's the markings you were talking about on top, right? Right there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Yeah, there's markings
funny.
on both ends. Markings on both
You
ends.
didn't like wake
People
up and
pointed out
find
they
this, did you?
they do look kind of like handmade
That is-
almost. So part of me is wondering if it's like the markings could be gibberish and the thing's a real craft or something, but I'm not sure.
It's weird that I mean, how did it even fly? And for
Okay,
me, I have to wonder where it's been.
That's what I said. You
What
didn't
are you-
wake
I
up
what
don't
are
want to
and
know
find
where it's been.
this. Right?
What are you touching this with? Do you just have like a towel over it or something?
I feel like these ladies here, they cannot get it together. They're the kind of people that are in my live chat that are just losing their shit over something that resembles a phallus for the entire interview, which is kind of weird because, I mean, what is being presented here is like pretty interesting and very anomalous, and this channel seems to be, you know, pretty interested in that stuff. Yet these people can't keep it together because this thing kind of resembles the male reproductive organ.
Yeah, that's a towel. I haven't touched it yet with my hand since I burnt my hand on the.
So did the towel show any?
I posted it.
Did the towel show any markings, or did it have any discolorization, or did it have a smell? Like, was there any smell rating from this?
Oh my god.
No smells. No, not really any smells. Now it's cold, so I actually just touched it with like some packing paper today, and I could feel the cold through the paper. But I haven't really touched it with my hand so far since I burnt it when I dug it up, so.
This lady literally can't keep it together. Like, you guys know me. I'm all for having a laugh about this kind of shit. But if I was interviewing someone who's presenting me evidence, like, I think that's kind of rude and like it's kind of like detracting from what he's trying to present. But, you know, I'm all for a good dick joke. But, you know, come on, lady. Time and a place.
I started posting it on 4chan because I assumed that would get like a small amount of views. I don't want to go too public.
That
And
is
people
not-
have been deciphering it and stuff. And there's a guy who wrote all the stuff down on paper.
Okay, so when this thing was zooming around you in the desert, and you said it made no sound, I mean, how did you see it? Was it glowing? Was it irradiating some kind of, I mean, visual, or were you just seeing because it's a cylinder in it and it's kind of, you know, shaped like it's got some kind of stainless steel look on the outside of it? Would you say that this thing was reflecting off the moonlight or some kind of a light? That's how you saw it, or was this during the day?
Well, it was during the day, so I did. The first time I saw it, it was like a reflection, so like a glint in my eye. I look up and I see this thing, and I did have a video of it flying around at first, but then I go back to the video and I only have like three frames that are not corrupted,
with
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah, it's weird. I'm looking at the right now, looking at some of the close-ups here of the designs drawn on there, and it's weird. One like it almost looks like the Star of David, I think.
Yeah,
on
I
there,
thought
which is
that too.
interesting.
Yeah.
Weird.
Yeah, it is. There's two of them. There's one on each side, and that's like kind of weird to me. I mean, if Israel wants me to give it back, I guess I have to, right?
Right, if Netanyahu comes
I
calling.
don't know. I mean, it seems like it's always just the tip that you seem to.
Someone put this lady in a cold shower, please.
You guys, you said somebody actually traced these out and posted all of the symbols on 4chan, right?
Yeah, for sure. The guy who mainly did it said it was mostly Sanskrit. Some people have pointed out some Hebrew stuff and some like Old Norse runes, but the guy who thought it was Sanskrit, he wrote down like a whole translation for it, and it's like talking about some UFO, and like it's like praising this divine entity, it sounds like.
We're going to get to that. When we go through the 4chan read through, someone has actually tried to translate this stuff, which allegedly resembles Sanskrit, or either directly or closely. It's like an invocation to a higher entity.
They told me that it translated in Sanskrit to, like, it was basically a text just like praising an entity, or like talking about like the divine entity and divine being or something like that.
You can tell that he's also unsure, he's uncertain, he has no idea, he's not really trying to push a specific idea or narrative along with this object. He does genuinely seem kind of baffled and unsure what is going on, and he's literally like relying on 4chan and some exposure to help understand what it is.
The lettering, is it smooth, or I mean, is it like engraved? Is all that engraved in that?
It's engraved, and it's like blackened metal.
Uh-huh.
So when this thing was flying, was it following you?
Really, it was most likely. It was like it was just observing me, kind of. It didn't seem like it was gonna do anything to harm me, but it was giving this feeling that I should leave. So I started packing up, and then it just like crashed right into the ground. So it's like, obviously I'm going to take it. I either wanted to get out really public so I'm safe, or not to get out at all so I'm safe. I don't want to have it get out a little bit and then somebody comes here and just kills me.
So this is where it all began, the original 4chan thread. We'll do a quick read through of this. We'll highlight anything that the OP, the original poster, has put out, and any kind of interesting responses that came along with it. So this is the first post with a photo of the object in his basement, it looks like. And he basically says, the old one is going away, I'm told. Get in here, bros. Let's figure it out. And I'm assuming perhaps he had a thread before this one that's been deleted, and he's basically just restarting it. And we know that the OP is going to show up with this name here. So OP exclamation OUDRP. And the first person to reply is likely the woman from that interview, who says, shove it up your ass. Welcome to 4chan. You've heard of the boogosphere? You now have the Juga tube. And this person says, watch his YouTube channel, it's convincing. Also, he doesn't have a history of LARPing or talking about UAPs for the past couple of years if you search his script bag in the archives. So again, like I said, I've had to scan through this, and like the general consensus is the people on 4chan are sort of into it, and that's rare. Most of the time you post anything on this website, everyone just roasts you. And the OP actually replied to that comment and says, I actually don't know what you mean because I've never posted on 4chan before this week. I don't know how trip codes work, but mine is pretty common probably. Now this person highlights that it's 15.8 pounds like the OP showed in his video, which I will show you in a moment, where he does a full kind of analysis on this thing. He says it's magnetized at each ends, with the very tip being the strongest and without any magnetization through the long middle portion, and it gives him headaches when he's near it for extended periods of time. Now, what's interesting is this person actually took all of the engravings that are on this thing and sort of listed them out. And it kind of looks like it's not saying the exact same thing on each side. I mean, this is obviously the top side. This is the bottom. It's different. It's, you know, there are a lot of the symbols are similar. A lot of them are similar, but it's not exactly the same. Someone says, have you tried chanting to it or run a current through it? I have an odd memory of seeing a thread where some government guy was holding this in front of a wall of spheres and rods, and the guy who made it said they have tons of these things. When he says he saw a video of a guy holding this thing, I mean, it's obviously not this exact one. Maybe it's something different, but it does actually remind me of the story that Chris Bledsoe talks about, where when his whole encounter happened, the CIA all rocked up at his house and was getting him to hold these objects in each hand, and that when he did so, they were asking him if he could feel a current flowing through his body, and that only certain people could feel this current. And, with where we're at now, this may relate to genetics. Now, this person here has posted a direct translation, I guess, for each of these symbols. And I'll just read them out to you for what they mean. So we've got the highest, ship or spaceships, deity. You're telling me the Star of David, the thing that's on Israel's flag, means deity? That's kind of weird, bro. But anyway, this one means for, of, or from, shining and granting, he, for, or of, o. So these are like chanting symbols. Ma, status, being, or greatness, is or are. So I'm not sure. I mean, there's a lot of meanings for one symbol. I perhaps this is just like the best way we can translate it, or maybe these are guesses. I'm not sure. As or ra, universal, enter, from, protection, unsure, la, as, either, eternity. So I guess like some of these are speculation or guesses. Decreasing or displacing, roaring, thundering, or brilliant. So it seems like the words or letters directly below the symbols are how they are pronounced or how they're spoken. And I guess some of those are unknown. And then below it at the bottom is what it roughly translates to. Now, this person's posted a translation. I'm not sure if these are direct, because I can't see the Star of David symbol in here, but obviously a lot of them are similar. I'll just read it out to you what it says, and there'll be links for all of this stuff below if you guys want to look into it yourselves. Hero ship, where high-built spaceships after construction, whichever spaceships, wavering about the 30 resonances of the northward moon, northward through night and swelling broadly moon. Summer beverage being after for delivering from the 30 resonances. Enough time, O ship has gone where from it started. Seafaring ship, abounding in men, archers plenty. Rapid dispatching, enduring 3 months, Mercury Lord being. Don't ask me, bro. I'm just the messenger. This person responded to that translation saying, what the F? Is this derived from Sanskrit? I'm pretty sure it is. What is the story behind these symbols? Sura, heroic, Nava, ship, Uka, high, Tridasa, 30, 3 to 10, Udar, north, Manu, human, Astra, weapon, bow, or arrow. This person says it's a Jewish anal probe. They're attacking the anti-Semites. It's simple as. I think he may be onto something here. Now, this is where it gets kind of unhinged, okay? This person posts this, which, you might recognize this thing here. This is the Lonnie Zamora craft with this strange symbolism on it. And this guy's gone like full Charlie. I mean, I think I go full Charlie sometimes. This guy he's gone off. And, we've got pictures of the Boogosphere in here. All kinds of weird, ancient, occultist kind of imagery. And this is what he says. I was researching the symbols, trying to find what they were. I stumbled upon the story of a UFO with a triangle on it with the equal sign inside. And from there, I found a document about Paleo-Sanskrit, which when you dive into is a huge rabbit hole. The lore lines up perfectly and essentially points to OP owning a piece of ancient Atlantean Aryan technology. Another Anon made the point that the carvings were probably like a soldier carving on his rifle. Also, the fact that it is magnetic on both sides but not the whole thing lines up with the lore on these objects. So either this is a very high quality hoax and OP is also a very well-trained actor, or he's being genuine. I really don't think you can fake how he's acted and behaved. The Paleo-Sanskrit also matches old relic syntax perfectly, meaning a hoaxer would have to know that, and also contains many chant words, i.e. O, which don't convey info about anything, and a hoaxer would probably not include. Instead, choosing words that convey more information to be mysterious and weave a story. Like if you could make a secret message to hoax someone, would you choose God, O God, the Great One, or God hailing from the sky delivers power to those chosen heroes? The amount of space used on this object for repetition, filler words, etc. leads me to believe it is a real artifact. Plus, OP doesn't seem like he'd even be capable or willing to do a hoax of this quality, and the sloppy carving not being perfect points to hand carving. Yet an alien hoaxer with the ability to create the object would choose to use a machine to carve the symbols more perfectly so they look like they were made by an alien civilization. So some guy 6,000 to 12,000 years ago carved this stuff into his magical flying rod when he was bored because it was his weapon, vehicle, magic rod thing. I think this guy makes a lot of sense. And, you know, a lot of the critics of the Boogosphere, myself included, was that this doesn't look alien, which is the way it's been posed, right? It just doesn't look alien. These look like they're hand carved. But, you know, maybe we should consider with the Boogosphere and with this that, yeah, you're right. It's not alien. Does that mean it's a hoax? Does that mean it's not real? No. Do we all collectively agree that there are elements and factions in the world that know about technology that we are not allowed to know? Yes. So is it far-fetched to assume that potentially the Boogosphere and maybe this rod is some kind of technology derived from the studies of Nikola Tesla, perhaps, and things that revolve around electromagnetics and just classified physics that I have no idea about. The OP made another comment here and says, I'll probably do some more experiments tomorrow or tonight. Yet, maybe I'll even record a video with my face in it too, like you guys have been saying I should. I've been busy today and Monday I go to work, so I'll likely take it with me again. This person posted a rock with similar carving symbols in it that translate to Maker of the Sun and the Great One Jupiter. Good is your displacing those and the brilliant era. Here begin those with function. Being also cosmos granting that brilliance what works. Jupiter the highest of actions, chief of brilliant works. I'm not sure if I read that in the right order, but there you go. So someone has replied and said, nice scam, bro. You are refusing to use your phone flashlight and think it's spooky to use a broken bulb. Fuck you for wasting my time. Classic angry Dorito-fingered 4chaner. And OP replied, yeah, I could have, but it's better quality when I'm making a video with a solid light instead of my flash on my phone moving around the whole time. Now, I believe this is the screenshot that he took of this thing when it was flying. This is from a video, but apparently it wasn't visible in every frame. But you can see there, and you know, this thing looks super similar to the videos of things that we've seen coming out of volcanoes and just other sort of anomalous sightings. Like, this does look familiar. OP came back and said, guys, I'm indecisive about making a video showing my face. Give me some reasons that I should or shouldn't. Also, what should I actually say or do in the video? Now, I mean, look, everyone's different. Maybe this guy is just anxious and has no idea what he's doing and maybe just leans on people on anonymous internet boards to make critical life decisions for him. But to me, it's kind of strange that you would ask people on 4chan whether you should make a video showing your face or not. Like, bro, I think that's something you need to think about and come to your own conclusions about. And that's just what I find kind of weird, right? Like this guy's talking about being scared for his life and he doesn't know if he should do it because he's going to get killed or not. Yet he is giving that decision to anonymous people on the internet. That part feels kind of weird to me. But, you know, some people, everyone's different. This guy could really just be like extremely naive. Like, we really don't know. That's basically the end of anything kind of significant in this 4chan thread. Like I said, this thread is probably developing in real time. And like I said, it's all linked below if you want to keep checking it out. But let's take a look at some of the in-depth analysis that this guy did in his home on this metal rod and the other couple of videos that I think are worth watching.
Okay guys, good morning. We're going to measure it today. I got a ruler right here. I couldn't find a tape measure, so we're gonna have to do it like this. So that's 12. It's 24. And that is about 7.5, so 24 plus 7.5 is 31.5. Let's see, I guess I'll go weigh it today, and I do have to work in a few days, so part of the dilemma is I have to work far away, so I don't know if I should bring this thing with me, because I'm going to be gone for weeks at a time, or if I should leave it here. Okay guys, I'm just holding it in my hand right now, so you can see I'm not messing with the scale. We're just going to do it, set it on there, and I'm going to tilt it up It's not going to be 100% accurate because it's going to be wobbly a little bit, but so I'm going to be holding it. Okay, I'm letting go pretty much. We got 15.8 pounds. I'll lift it up again and set it back down if I can. I might need 2 hands. Okay, I got 15.8. So that's what it weighs. And yeah, this is actually just paper I'm holding it with. It's not hot anymore. I can feel the coolness of it on my fingers. But I'm still not touching with my bare hands because of what happened last time. It was really painful. Okay guys, I'm going to take a close-up videos of these markings. Hopefully somebody can write it down. There goes my light. Somebody should write it down and try to decipher it. If it's a language, you know, or something. Maybe it's in Hebrew because there's a star here. But I don't know what Hebrew even looks like, so I'm going to go close up and I'm going to go around the whole thing. So I'm hoping somebody can write these down and give it to the world to know. Hopefully I can get it pretty even around the whole thing. Okay, there you have it. We're back at the start. Let's go on this side. What is wrong with this thing? I mean, that light's not doing it. We'll just wiggle it around. Oh, now it's dead. Let me take that other light. Okay guys, both light bulbs over there just stopped working. I plugged this one in. For now we're doing fine. Interesting observation I made. The main pattern, which is the 2 lines triangle, is actually reversed on the other side. So right here, it's a triangle going this way. And on the other one, the triangle's pointing that way with the other triangle. See, the point of it's right here. And now the bottom of it is down there. So let's see, I'll go get a magnet. We'll try magnets next and see what happens. Okay, unfortunately I don't have any neodymium magnets, but I do have a fridge magnet. No magnet. Let's see, the whole thing is not... Right here it is magnetized. Right here. Now these are metal too, but it's not touching the metal. See, it'll stick to that. Okay. So it's like evenly magnetized. Right at the tip is the strongest. You can feel it. Let's see this side. Yeah, same thing. Weird. So in the middle, no magnetism at all. I will just hold it here. Oh, wait. We're getting a tiny bit right in the middle. A little bit more than just nothing. And of course it's getting a little stronger on the end. You know, people are gonna probably say, yeah, it's the stupid boxes you have on there. It's not, I can tell it is not. Otherwise, we'd be more magnetized right here, which we are not. It's only on the ends. See? Okay, guys, tell me what you think.
I honestly think this is pretty interesting, and it is kind of similar to the Book of Sphere, but this guy does kind of come across to me as genuine, but also potentially very naive. And, you know, there are things in that video specifically that, to me, do not come across like someone who's trying to create an elaborate hoax. And one of them is the fact that, like, he measures it with a ruler that's not even long enough. Like, he doesn't have a tape measure. You know, these little things, it's like if you're trying to play out a hoax, you're going to, I feel like, be a bit sharper on these kind of details, or there's going to be a bit more forethought put into it. Like, you're not going to realize that you can't even measure it until you actually do it, and then you end up just using some shitty little ruler for a rough measurement. When he talks about the markings and he gives us the close-up, you know, he's like, is it Hebrew? I don't know, I can't read Hebrew. Like, there is this sort of like very open vulnerability to his lack of knowledge about what this thing is. He's leaving it open to the internet's interpretation, which I think is such a key point here. He's not delivering this with a set narrative. He doesn't want you to come to a specific conclusion. He wants to figure out what this thing is. And I think that in itself is the most telling detail, because so often in disclosure, people are giving you information and then immediately following it up with what you should think about it. And that is when I think red flags should go off and we need to ask questions. This is why I was kind of critical of the recent Ross Coulthard interview with Michael Batista. We were seeing something that was so much more vague and indistinct, and most of us couldn't even tell what we were looking at. And at the same time, we're being told that these are little entities sitting on a ledge and how they look identical to a petroglyph. That to me is a red flag. This is like 4K footage of something at the very least that is very weird and anomalous. And he's not telling you what you should think about it. He's actually asking the question, what the hell is this? And I feel like people should be paying more attention to that. Because even if it turns out to be fake, and it might, it deserves to be looked at. You've also got his lights playing up. I don't know if there's some kind of like electrical interference going on. We hear about this with UFO encounters. Dylan Borland at the recent UAP hearing said his phone got so hot it got unusable when he was near these things. Like, the idea of electrical interference, again, is not new. We hear about this kind of stuff. So I'm really interested to see what you guys think about this one. Let me know in the comments. I'm going to keep my eye on it. If anything big or there's any big developments with this story, I'll try and keep you guys up to date. If you enjoyed this video, please let me know by dropping a like as well. If you really enjoyed it, you can also hype the video up if you're on your mobile device. Hyping the video actually pushes it directly into the algorithm, and it's just a massive push to help the channel grow. You can also follow me on my socials. I'm on Instagram, X, and pretty much everything else at Polarity Josh. I'm also live on YouTube digging into all of this kind of stuff pretty much every single night, and honestly, it's always a lot of fun hanging out with you guys in the live chat, so hopefully I'll see you there. Until then, just be good, be kind, just be a decent human being, get outside every day, touch some grass, look after yourself, and I will see you next time.
Eventually people are going to say, what the hell is going on?
No matter how far you go into the dark, when you flip, you go exactly the same place to the light in our galaxy. Everything. Because everything is in balance. Everything is a polarity.
I think it's just going to get weirder and weirder and weirder, and finally it's going to be so weird that people are going to have to talk about how weird it is.